Yeah. It's unshaded, but it's shaded nonetheless. Because it's cloudy this morning. So, oh man. Yo. So I was thinking to myself, prep work. I think all of us are familiar with prep work. If you're going to the gym, there's prep work. You gotta, I'm old school with mine with the gym, so I always have a plan going in. It's written down. It's in the book. It's actually right over there. And every time I go in the gym, that plan is right there, so that I can execute everything that I said I wanted to execute. I don't take it lightly. I don't take it short. I just look at it like, yo, this is what has to be done. And so this is what is going to be done. And so as I sat there kind of piecing together certain things in my mind in terms of prep work, I said, what's the prep work that we do in ministry? And you know, it's one of the things that, if we're honest, the studying portion for any sermon, any lesson, anything like that, it takes loads of work. There are some people who get gifted in certain ways. I'll confess something with you. It's only recently that I know the sermon I'm preaching while I'm sitting in the service, but as I'm thinking it over briefly in my mind, it's like, oh snap, and then I'll open the Bible and like, put a bookmark here, and then I'll jump there in the middle at some point in the sermon, and it's like, yeah, but that took years to get there, like a very good amount of years to get there, where I feel comfortable kind of augmenting at the last minute certain things, like very last minute, and not even writing it down, not even taking note of it or typing it up, or because the laptop's there, so I'll type it there, but not even doing that. I just jump right into it, and that's something that it takes work, but it takes a lot of prep work to get into that for any lesson, any sermon. Mind you, there are things that sometimes as I'm up there, I've always kind of been ad-lib, if you will, and it's like, oh, that scripture that says this, and it says this, and I'll quote the scripture, or I'll give the general synopsis of the scripture because I can't remember it, I might not remember it word for word. All of that goes into play, and so it's like, all right. So at this point in time, I have, been about, I'm looking at certain things in terms of my workout regimen, in terms of, or I should say, in terms of my workout regimen, there are certain things that mentally, or as I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, yo, all right, I want to change my plan to go from this to this. I started when I was 12 working out, where it was just, all right, we doing this workout this day, and this different workout on this day, and this different workout that day. 3 times a week minimum, 3 different workouts. Sometimes it's like, I need water, I'm dying. Every now and again that would happen. I go too intense, which was fine, which I have to be more cautious of now. But maybe 7 weeks ago at this stage, I switched it where I was working, like I did a full body workout. No, that's incorrect. I did a full body workout maybe about 3 months ago, or 10 weeks ago, 11 weeks ago. I started doing a full body workout 3 times a week. I had something in mind, and then I switched it where now I was concentrating. It's a 7-day workout. The Sunday is more early in the morning. I'm up 4, but Sunday was the point where I would look at what I'm doing. This would probably be easier if I rest here. No. We put you right here. But the Sunday is more like an active rest day, because of course I'm preaching. I'll do, some a routine, a stretching routine, or a mobility routine. Sometimes at one point isometric routine, and so I had all of that kind of mapped out, and ended up working, body parts in particular ways twice a week. So, it's leg day 1, it's leg day 2. It's arm day 1, arm day 2. It's upper body 1, upper body 2. It's doing that. And I said, yo, I want to up it to another level. And I want to up it to a level where instead of just twice a week I'm working out body parts and so forth, I'm working out 3 times a week, because there is a certain result I want. And because I want that result, I need to work harder to achieve that result, at least in my mind. So as I sit back and I say that to myself, I'm like, I want a better result. Now, here's what's interesting about me saying I want that better result. When I said I wanted that better result, immediately what I had to adjust was my expectation. I had to adjust my expectation. And I also had to adjust my work ethic slightly. What you mean? Right now I'm about to do the same thing because I want something more, but it was based upon a video I watched on, was that Instagram? TikTok is what it was from, with Kobe. And Kobe, my brother, has the Mamba mentality that every time I go to teach Bible study online, I see the book. And when I see the book, I'm like, man, like, what if that Mamba mentality? And it's like, yeah, it was something he said 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, you start at 4 o'clock. He's like, man, I have gone to another level that my peers, no matter what they do in the summer, will never be able to reach me unless they're putting in work like I'm putting in work. And every one of ball players that's out there can honestly say, like, yo, Kobe was there an hour before. Like, he come in the morning and like, yo, all right, we about to have our morning meeting, and Kobe coming in there sweating. Why? Because he was in there shooting for 2 hours. And you see the work ethic that he had. Interesting to me. This wasn't hidden information. This wasn't quiet information. This wasn't secret. And yet nobody else did it. Which got me like, wow, so y'all knew Kobe was doing this and you didn't try to be like, yo, I'm gonna be there when you're there. Or just be there and work out with him. Or don't work out with him. Hey, what's up, man? And you go do your workout, you put in the same work, and y'all put in the same drive, the same time, and he could be like, oh man, we on the same page, let's go. What's the fear? You would have upped it. So it made me think for a moment, like, wait a minute, you've done total body 3 times a week. What would happen if you went back to that? Because you step back to twice per week, each body part, working twice per week. So 3 days on these 3 parts and 3 days on those 3 parts. But what if, man, you did 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days of dedicated routine work for this, and 2 days dedicated? What would happen if you did that? Because you've been able to accomplish it before and you were fine doing it. What if you did it again? And that's when it struck me. What if we took that same Mamba mentality, that prep work, and we put it into ministry? I'm gonna tell y'all, I had somebody, and I said this in December. I had somebody preach at the Camden Church at the end of the year, and when they spoke, in my mind, like, I had one person that came to speak, one person that completely didn't show up, and that was primarily because it was like, oh yeah, I forgot. And I forgot to remind them. And it's one of the things I'm like, all right. And so after that last incident, I said, you know what? I need to prep myself to preach 52 weeks out the year at the Camden Church. Not anywhere else. I might do that. Okay, great. But just for Camden, I need 52 weeks. Just for Camden, I need 52 weeks. I need 52 weeks of dedicated focus just to Camden. No sweat. Look, if it hurt, it hurt. We're going to get her done. And that's where my mind went. Like, wait a minute. Yo, what if we had the Mamba mentality in ministry? What would happen? What would take place in the lives? What would take place in all of our lives? Would it just be, oh man, rigmarole routine? Or would it be, man, yo, we got so much more accomplished? Better question. What if we took that prep work and we applied it to us in terms of our walk as Christians? Y'all, I'm going to put work in for this, and the other. Look, I'm going to read it in 3 different translations so that I understand or gain a basis of understanding. I'm going to make sure I write every question down. I'm going to make sure that at this time on this day, I'm going to call the preacher and we're going to have a conversation to answer those questions, or we schedule an appointment so that I can have those questions answered, so that, things can be different. Things can be improved. What would happen if we said, I'm going to read a chapter of Proverbs a day? It's 31 days in a month. It's 31 chapters, quote unquote, of Proverbs. What would happen if I said, I'm going to do that every single day? What would happen if we said, the Psalm 119 is broken. It's an acrostic of the Hebrew alphabet. It's 24 letters. So if I take verses 1 through 8 and then verses 9 through 16 and then and keep going like that, and I just take one for each day on the 24th of the month, then what I'll do is I'll make sure that in the time I set aside that I would just read that scripture of encouragement that really kind of channels the mind to say, I'm seeking after the Lord. I'm delighting in his word. If after that now I say, okay, I got that down. That works. That's good. I'm straight. Man, things are good. Okay, well, in the last 6 days of the month, or last 7 days of the month, I'm just going to devote that same time of reading. I would devote that time now to prayer. What would happen if we took up that type of prep work in our lives? What would happen in our walk? How would we see things? Would we see things different? There's a reading plan that's in the description box here on YouTube. You reading there's going to be quick description, and it's going to say, hey, how are you filling your cup? 5 Psalms a day. What if you read every single day of the month 5 Psalms? If you say 5 Psalms for 30 days, and so 1 through 5, day 1, day 2, 6 through 10, so on and so forth, and you just did that, what would happen? How would you start your morning with that? What would happen in your mind? What would change? What would improve? What would happen if you put in that type of prep time? Why do I keep saying prep time? Because this type of prep, regardless if it's fitness, if it's spiritual fitness, physical fitness or spiritual fitness, what would happen if you did that? That prep time or prep work is really basing or preparing you for life. It's all your choice. It's all of our choices. What would happen if you put that type of prep work into your life? Think about it. Holler at me what you think would happen. Heck, put it in the comments below. What would happen? What you think would happen in your life if you just did that little bit of prep work? God bless you. God keep you. I'll talk with you.